Hi. Now, I said a while ago, like, the day after it happened, that I would eventually talk about it. It was when we went to the hotel and we went to the Springs, and I said something happened at the Springs. I didn't really go into any detail, because that was, I think it's safe to say the worst day I've ever had. Like, worse than anything else, and I've had lots of bad experiences. That is probably the worst day, just because so much bad stuff happened. Like, my other worst days, it was only like one thing, but that was a bad day. And we were at this hotel, so I'll start from the beginning. Me, my mom, and my brother sometimes like to go out on little trips, just like go to a different part of Florida, rent a hotel, and maybe go to like a spring or something. It doesn't really matter. So we went. No, this is hard to talk about. Let me get a pillow. So we went to. It was a really nice hotel. So we went to this hotel, out in Gainesville. We went to USF to see all the bats leave, and so we had all that fun, and then it was the next day. I got into my swimming clothes, which I don't like getting into swimming clothes for obvious reasons, but like it was just kind of uncomfortable for me already. So I was already uncomfortable because I was in swimming clothes, and you shouldn't wear a binder while you're swimming, so I couldn't wear a binder. It was terrible. But we stopped, we got like sodas, and the first bad sign, the Pepsi I got was not carbonated, like at all. That should have been the first bad sign. So we tried to go to one of the springs. That place was jam-packed full, so we left because Arthur was freaking out. We tried to go to another one, and that one was also pretty much full, so then we just went to another little one. By the way, there are no news reports on this, so you're gonna have to go solely based on my word. I haven't, unless like there suddenly is one, I never saw a news report on this, which is messed up because it's a pretty big deal. And it's not even the first death at the Springs that we went to. It's just great. I said death, a bit of a spoiler. Somebody dies. It's probably put trigger warning for like drowning and death. Also, scooter crashes. So my mom brought like an electronic scooter buggy thingy to like drive around. So it's a very long distance from where we parked our car to the spring. So mom takes her scooter and we go and we swim a bit. I took some footage there. I don't know where it went. I don't know where that footage is because mom had like this waterproof GoPro thing. So we swam for a bit. I just caught some nice footage of me just like swimming along, and we got out because we were ready to leave. And, sipping my uncarbonated Pepsi. Arthur was actually really well behaved. He actually did a really good job. I'm proud of him. And so the first thing we got is mom got two bad things happened this day. My mom got into their scooter, and they tried to drive it into reverse. Like, they tried to reverse it because it was okay, so there was, like, a bar thing on... It's so hard to describe. There was, like, a hill thing with, like, some metal railing, and then just, like, the spring, like, past that railing. So, the only thing in between my mom and, like, a 5-foot drop that led to the spring was a metal railing. So my mom got on the scooter and tried to put it into reverse, but it went forward, closer to the scooter. So they stopped it, and they're like, okay, I probably just clicked the wrong button. So they turned it on again, and it went forward, and it crashed into the railing. Like, if there wasn't a railing there, mom would have just straight up flung into the spring, which is terrifying. So they crash into this railing, and they're stuck, and the tires are grinding, and mom's getting hurt, because, like, there's just, like, the handle thing is in your stomach. So there were a lot of nice people at the spring. A bunch of just angels came and they helped Mom out. And so we got out. The scooter was totaled. We tried to get it out after all the chaos that ensued. We tried to move it. It was broken. We had to leave it there. And all of a sudden, oh god, I hate this. I hate talking about this. All of a sudden, as we're like dealing with this whole crash situation, it sounds like a movie. It's so bad. It's so bad. We start hearing some like screaming from the spring, and there's like this person runs it up, and at first I thought, so somebody's drowning. Somebody is drowning. At first I thought she said it was this woman. I thought she said it was a 7-year-old boy. It was a 70-year-old man. It's completely different. If it was a 7-year-old boy, that would be worse. So, they take him out of the water, and he's like purple. Like, his face is completely purple. He's not breathing. So, there were a few people there already who were certified in, like, CPR and stuff. And so, eventually, they got, like, paramedics and stuff to show up, and they tried to revive him. This is terrible. Also, we don't have a name for this guy except Abuelo, because his granddaughter, I don't know Spanish, I'm sorry, but like his granddaughter or something ran. She was crying, she was screaming Abuelo, Abuelo, and they had to hold her back from like beating up the paramedics because her grandpa's dying, and his whole family was there, and they were all screaming and crying, and we couldn't leave either because all like the paramedics people had to go through the one bridge that led to the parking lot. So, they didn't revive him. The only confirmation I have of that, is because, first off, it had been like 30 minutes of them trying to revive him, so he dead. And also, I saw, after this happened, we tried desperately to find news reports. There never was one, weirdly, but I saw a Facebook post that somebody made about the spring, since I was really going in depth a few hours after it happened when we got back to the hotel. And it was like, I don't remember what the exact post said, but it said something along the lines of like at the springs, there's basically got one of the paramedics people was talking about a dead body. Also, there's also like a picture. If I can find it, I'll put it and like zoom in, where you can see me, my mom, and Arthur very blurred out in the distance. If I can't find it, I won't even bother, but that's also creepy, and it was when the guy was drowning. So that just means that when this person took a photo, they probably didn't know, because the post was fairly happy. You're like, going to the springs. Meanwhile, a man is dying. Alright, so the man died. We had to leave the scooter and walk all the way back to the car. But the man, from what we figured out, is that the man had, what we think happened is he got overheated and he had a seizure in the water, and he was in an area where no one was really around, so he was laying there for like, we don't even know how long, just drowning in the water silently. And then some guy who was there had like a yellow raft. He found him and he was like, okay, so he put him on a raft and they brought him to land. So that's how we all think it happened. And this is I'm not telling this story for entertainment or anything. I'm telling it to vent. All respect to the family. We have a garden out back. We named it Abuelo's Garden in memory of him. Yeah. I'm not gonna monetize this video because that's just wrong, and why would I? But yeah, that is what happened at the Springs. This is the first time I've said that whole thing without crying or getting freaked out in some way. Be proud of me. Stay derpy, stay murpy, stay hydrated, and rest in peace, Abuelo. Goodbye.